There is always something happening around the world. We are here today to get you updated about events and programs from around the globe. A very good evening and warm welcome to Dharma Television Collective News. This is Srishti Khadki. Moving on to the headlines. Repair work of the Mahwa Khola Bridge on the border of Dading and Chitwan has started. Death of an old man infected with corona in Birganj. An indefinite restriction order has been issued in Rasbiraz. Public life of the people are returning to normal after a 4-month-long lockdown. Ratu Machindranath's chariot ride will start from Saturday. Statement by PM KP Oli and Pushpala's 42nd Memorial Day. US orders Chinese consulate in Housetown to shut down within 72 hours. Preparation to start national football training from 1st of Bhadra. Numerous landslide in Lalitpur has disconnected it from Kathmandu. Here we go for news in detail. The repair work of the Mahwa Khola Bridge on the border of Dading and Chitwan, the Prithvi Highway, which was damaged by the flood, has started. The flood that came after heavy rainfall last Monday had destroyed about 5 meters of the path connecting the bridge and the road. The construction work has been started by diverting the river water from the bottom of the bridge from Wednesday morning after the flow of water was decreased. Director General of the Road Department Keshav Sharma said that it would take 3 days for the traffic to be fully restored, even though the repair work started on Wednesday. Sharma said that even though they are working to make the vehicles passable immediately, there is a lot of work to be done to ensure that there is no damage in the future as well. Meanwhile, landslides that have fallen in more than 50 places from Gulchi of Prithvi Highway to Mahwa Khola have been removed to reopen the road one way. Chief of the District Traffic Police Office Dading, Netra Prasad Bhatta, informed that the work of removing the landslide has started with the use of dodgers. Large vehicles carrying goods have been stranded due to landslide in some places. The driver and the co-driver of the vehicle have complained that they have difficulty in getting food. Vehicles leaving the capital via Prithvi Highway were diverted from Nagdunga on Monday afternoon after bridges and roads collapsed. Similarly, there is a long line of cargo vehicles coming from Chitwan to enter the capital. A 70-year-old man has died in Birganj. Corona infection has been confirmed after an elderly man died of respiratory problems. The corona infection has been confirmed by Dr. Uddhav Narayan Singh of Gandak Temporary COVID Hospital, Birganj, after the death of an elderly man from Maisthan of Birganj Metropolitan City Ward number 6. The old man died at Narayani Hospital on Tuesday while undergoing treatment. Doctors said the deceased had no disease other than corona infection. An indefinite restriction order has been issued in Rasbiraz, the district headquarters of Saptabri. A restraining order has been issued with effect from 5 a.m. on Thursday. An old man died in Rasbiraz due to corona infection. The order has been given for effective prevention and control of corona infection and prevention of its spread. A meeting of the District Security Committee held on Wednesday decided to issue a restraining order. During restraining period, a provision order has been issued to close all services except the most essential ones and not to allow people to move around unnecessarily. Chief District Officer Acharya said that action would be taken against those violating the rules. Public lives of the people are returning to normal as the traffic jam on the Kathmandu Valley has increased after the lockdown officially ended on Wednesday. The traffic congestion in Kathmandu has increased after the government reopened most of the areas after ending the 4-month-long lockdown. The odd-even system has also been removed. Therefore, traffic congestion has increased on the main roads of Kathmandu Valley. The traffic police have urged the drivers to wear masks at the crossroads as the traffic has increased. The government has urged to remain alert as the risk of infection remains even if the lockdown is opened. Ratu Machindranath's chariot ride, which was stopped due to corona epidemic and lockdown, will start from Saturday. According to Rakshan Rajopatyay, a priest of Patantali's temple and member of Panchanga Nirnayak Samiti, the auspicious date and time for the chariot riding ceremony would be between 12:10 to 12:25 p.m. on Saturday, July 25th. After the chariot ride, it is customary for the singing army troop to formally start the procession after the soldiers fire the guns. The longest chariot festival will begin from the Saturday and the chariot pulling will also be initiated from the same day. The chariot will be taken to various parts of the valley, including Pulchok, Gahbahal, Mangal Bazar, Sundara, Balkumari, Lagankhel, Jalakhel and Bungmati. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has paid heartfelt tribute to Comrade Pushpalal on the 42nd Memorial Day, the first Nepali translator of the world-famous Communist Manifesto written by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, the founding leader of the Nepali Communist movement and the ideological pioneer of the left Democratic United People's Movement. In a development that indicates how the relationship between the two world superpowers is deteriorating, the United States has told China to close its consulate in Housetown. A source said that Beijing was considering shutting the U.S. consulate in Wuhan in retaliation. Washington abruptly demanded closure of the consulate on Tuesday, China's foreign ministry said, calling the move an unprecedented escalation. The editor of an official Chinese media outlet said China had given the 72 hours to comply. The State Department said the move was meant to protect American intellectual property and Americans' private information. Beijing condemned the order and threatened retaliation but did not say what measures it might take. The deterioration comes in the run-up to the November U.S. presidential election, in which President Donald Trump and his Democratic rival Joe Biden have appeared to compete over who can look tougher in response to China. Speaking on a visit to Denmark, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo repeated accusations about Chinese theft of U.S. and European intellectual property, which he said were costing hundreds of thousands of jobs. Looking at the sports news. The All Nepal Football Association ANFA is preparing to start the training of the national football team, which has been stopped by the coronavirus epidemic from the 1st of Bhadra. Nepal was preparing to start training from the first week of July when the World Cup qualifiers started in October and November. Although the agenda reached the CCMC through the Ministry of Youth and Sports, it could not be passed. ANFA is also preparing to start training of the football team after the government decided to start international training and preliminary games from September 20 after opening the lockdown. Many players of the national team are out of the valley now. Therefore, ANFA has stated all the players will be called to Kathmandu in a week. Floods and landslides special update. Dozens of landslides have occurred in Lalitpur and some places have been flooded due to continuous rains in the past few days. Tabakhel, Nokku, Tikathali, Kist Hospital and other places have been flooded. Some homes are at high risk of landslide. Dozens of landslides have disrupted the southern Lalitpur-Kathmandu link. According to the Lalitpur Metropolitan Police, roads leading to Bagmati, Konchunshom and Mahankal villages of South Lalitpur have been blocked. He said details are still being collected. Police have rescued those at risk of drowning and landslides. According to Bagmati village chief Bir Bahadur Lama, no human casualties have been reported so far. However, the landslide has affected people's lives in South Lalitpur. 11 families living in a tent at Mukunda Acharya's house in Tikathali 5 of Mahalakshmi municipality have been rescued after the Hanumanti river overflowed on Monday. Similarly, the family of the 5 has been shifted to a safe place by the police after a house belonging to Suraj Lama was submerged in another Ward 10 of Lakhuri Banjang. According to Metropolitan Police Circle South Dabato, 32 people and their belongings from 7 high-risk houses in Dhapakhel have been shifted to safer places. Floods and landslide has caused loss of life of many. After heavy rains, floods, landslide have caused loss of life and property in different parts of the country. Many places in the Kathmandu Valley, the federal capital, have been inundated. The surrounding settlements have been inundated by the floods of Bagmati, Dhobi, Vishnumati, Balkhu and other rivers. 3 people have been killed in a landslide in Kathmandu. Navraj Gurung, 22, of Gagal Fethi in Kageshwari Manoharad municipality died on Monday night. According to Kathmandu Metropolitan Police Office, Sachin and son Sandhya of Ram Kumar's Ranamagar of Dhankuta were killed in landslide in Tokha Municipality 1 on Tuesday afternoon. 8 out of 10 people in sheds have escaped and saved their lives. Similarly, 3 members of the same family have lost their lives at Tripura Sundari 6 in Dhading. 2 people have been killed in a landslide in Darchula district on Monday night. There have been many floods and landslides. Some have gone missing in the process. The main roads are blocked in some places. In some places, locals have been displaced due to floods. Families at risk have been evacuated. According to the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Authority, incessant rain fell at 15 places from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Tuesday. There have been landslides in 8 places, floods in 2 places, fires in 1 place and elephant attacks in 1 place. 6 people have been killed and 5 others injured in the incidents. A spokesperson of the Kathmandu Metropolitan Police Office, SSP Sushil Kumar Yadav, said that houses of 40 families were drowned in Kathmandu. According to him, police have rescued 500 people from 40 families and taken them to safe places in 2 days in Kathmandu. Around 40 families were evacuated from different places on Monday and Tuesday. Some of those rescued are being held by relatives, while others are being held in very safe places. So after the inundation of the settlement, 450 people at risk have been shifted to safer places with the coordination of locals, Nepal Police, Armed Police Force and Nepal Army. The rescued have been kept at local clubs and relatives' houses in Teku, said Metropolitan Police Rani Pokhari. The Sundari Ghat squatters settlement of Kirtipur municipality has been inundated by floods. 20 people from 4 households have been displaced. Police have kept them in the building of Roman construction. Besides, Pepsi-Cola, Thapatali, Srijananagar and other areas are also flooded. This is all for now. We'll be back with more news and updates. Till then, keep watching Dharma television and stay safe.